Julian Assange appeared in a UK court this morning in order to answer for the extradition hearing. If you remember, he was too ill to go to the other hearing, and he ended up in the ward or hospital ward of Belmarsh Prison. They gave him his date, but I do want to talk about one part to this that I thought was absolutely awesome. Welcome to the Soapbox. My name is Jamarl Thomas. This is the Soapbox. This video is going to be relatively quick, but I follow what's taking place with Assange, and I like to keep tabs, and I like to keep the audience abreast of it because I don't necessarily think mainstream media covers this like talking about. Assange appeared in court by video link, and after being read his charges, essentially, espionage charges for a publisher, it's astonishing that he's in court for this at all. But after being read his charges, he tells them, which I think the part is I find to be awesome because it's speaking truth to power to some degree. All of these guys, all of these governments have put the entire weight of the judicial system on his head. And for the most part, he's using the legal system within the context of these governments to try to defend himself and to extricate himself for really what is publishing. Being a publisher. They're criminalizing the very act of publishing. It is important that people aren't fooled into believing that WikiLeaks is anything but a publisher, Mr. Assange told the court. The U.S. government has tried to mislead the press. Part of his problem in the United States is that the press hates Donald Trump. And because they hate Donald Trump and they believe that WikiLeaks was related to Donald Trump getting elected, they, by extension, dislike him. The only reason they come to his aid in this particular instance is because their heads are also on the line. If they go after Assange, they can go after them, especially for the charges that they're using him for. But nevertheless, this is just the beginning. The date is going to be set for February 20th. Now, as you know, Sweden is no longer in the running, and the Foreign Secretary has signed essentially the extradition warrant for the United States. It's in the hands of the courts, as he put it. And even after being in the hands of the courts, if he loses this, there's another court battle. The appearance has been set for February. I know I'm pointing upward. I have a different television now. It's a long story. British court set Friday. British court on Friday set February 2020 as the date for the full extradition hearing on whether Julian Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, should be sent to the United States to face a slew of charges. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 18, including several under the Espionage Act for publishing. They said it was going to be a long time in advance, and they were not lying. They were not lying. This is only the beginning of what is going to be pretty much a long ordeal. Stay tuned to the Soapbox. I'll be following this the entire time. Thanks all.